Good morning and welcome to the Northern Town Daily Commute. This is a part of the Life in a Northern Town podcast series where we do about every morning. We kind of just do a good morning and run down kind of what we're thinking about and what's going on in the North Woods. We are currently headed north on Highway 47 towards Woodruff. It is December 10th, 2019. We got a bunch of snow yesterday. It was a pretty snarky ride home last night. A trip that normally takes about half an hour took about twice that. But that's okay because we got home safe and all that good stuff. The roads are still a little snow-packed, you can see, although the tire stripes down either lane are pretty good. They don't seem too icy, that sort of thing. It's kind of icy in the center, so if you're out and about traveling today, keep it between the lines and stay safe, and if you need to, slow down. That's probably good advice for any weather, really. So, especially with the propensity that animals and such have a tendency to jump out of the woods at us when we're driving along. So, what's going on in the North Woods today? Well, last night there was a Rhinelander City Council meeting that, let's just say that that's some of the best entertainment in the North Woods these days. So it was fairly contentious. For those that are not in the know, there's been an ongoing battle now for about a year and a half. Certain members of the City Council supporting the administrator and mayor, certain members of the council not supporting the administrator and the mayor, and here comes my opinion. This is not fact, but my opinion. Pretty much just trying to annoy people and impact the process of government and trying to make Rhinelander a better place to live with just stupid shenanigans and obvious political games, which is really a shame. You know, Rhinelander is a town of 7,800 people in a county of 3,600. We don't have a ton to work with as far as volunteers and tax base and resources, that sort of thing. So I think Rhinelander has always tried to put forth a good foot and attract tourism and business and people to live in the city, but when you have this kind of stuff going on, it's just really demoralizing. There are primarily 3, but really 4 alderperson that are playing these games, and it's just really sad to see because they're focused on that rather than trying to make Rhinelander a better place. Now, of course, I'm sure they'll say, they're trying to protect the city and da-da-da-da-da, but there's a lot of false accusations flying around. The administrator is embroiled in a legal issue with missing records, but I will say that he has not been charged, and in this country you are innocent until proven guilty due to a burden of proof. And there's a lot of us that have kind of watched that situation very closely and know that the administrator is not guilty of that, and that actually one of the council members is. But that's something that the administrator, I'm sure, will be releasing here shortly. Some evidence to that point. So, but life goes on, and that is life in a northern town, especially in a small town. I don't think you need to be a northern town for that sort of shenanigans. So, yeah, I use the word shenanigans. So, not much else going on. There was some other stuff that came out of the city council meeting, some arguments about bills being paid, and a certain alderperson who likes to seemingly attack city workers at any opportunity, likes to veto or vote against anything that would provide city workers more benefits, more pay, better working conditions, that sort of thing. But the issue that was in front of the council for the city members, which was basically if the city employees decide to forego the group insurance and not use it at the city, they would receive $100 back per month. So for $1,200 a year for not using the insurance, which Alderperson Steve Sowers said would save the city about $2,200 a year, or $22,000 a year, because the city wouldn't be then covering the 90% of those individuals' healthcare contributions. So it seemed like a slam dunk, but we have one alderman who likes to continually complain that the city workers are treated too well, they make too much money, they are paid a whopping, I believe her numbers are 8% over other municipalities in the area. Doesn't seem like a lot to me, and I don't know, seems like if you want good people, you got to pay good money. And to be honest with you, I think Rhinelander, especially since the departure of the previous works administrator, has really stepped up their game and really done a hell of a great job. So I think there was some problems in leadership and that sort of thing, but I'm just one guy. So as always, you should ask around and talk to people. And there is a web page on, well, not a web page, but a Facebook page called Hodag News, where we post video and audio of the council meetings in their entirety, unedited, unless there is, like last night when the audio file goes up later today, there will be about a half an hour cut out of the audio file while the council was in closed session discussing some bartender licenses. There was about half an hour there that was nothing, so we'll cut that out. But other than that, at the most that we alter those files is maybe jack up the volume a little bit to make it easy for you. So I always encourage people, get your news firsthand. Our media sources here in the Northwoods, some of them are very good, and some of them, let's just say, leave a little bit to be desired, or actually more than a little bit to be desired. So go straight to the source. If you've got questions, yeah, it's a long file, it's a long meeting, listen to it. There's some really interesting things that happen if you're a Rhinelander resident, or if you're like me, not a Rhinelander resident, but still depends on the city for your livelihood and your well-being and your economic status and that sort of things. Other than that, they approved some money for the dome that's going up at, or at least a usage or a permitting for the dome that's going up at the high school, which is great to see. They approved and disapproved a few bartenders' licenses, so kind of a mundane thing, but still a public safety issue and a big deal up here. So, well, we're coming up on Lake Tomahawk, which means that I've still got about another 20 minutes of ride there, but I'm going to let you go here. It is December 10th, 2019. It is a balmy -2 degrees out this morning. We're expecting a high of about 4 degrees, which is what our good friends at WHDG, WRLO, and the rest of the NRG stations told us this morning before we started the video. So hope you all have a good day, have a safe day, and when you're out around today, just keep your eyes open for a couple of reasons. The safety of other people there out on the road, and we went past the Wisconsin River here a little bit, and it was quite the sight. The ice flows and the steam coming off the water. So, there's a reason that we all live here in the North Woods, and I think one of that is, the beauty of the nature up here. So, if you have a moment, take a moment and stop and appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. This has been the Northwoods Daily Commute, which is a video project of the Life in a Northern Town podcast. See you later. Bye-bye.